Well, hello, everyone. I am Faith, and I am your temporary hostess for Guided by a Goddess. And I'm really excited to be stepping in for Mia, who will be back next week. And this is going to be really, really fun. I have two absolutely gorgeous goddesses here with me. I have Chrissy.
Hi, everyone.
And I have Rhiannon.
Well, hello there.
And I'm really excited about this because we're going to talk about something that I am not actually very knowledgeable in real life or in phone sex life or in anything. And so this is really exciting for me, but we're going to talk all things BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah. And so I have so many questions, and I hope that this will be really informative for you clients out there that are listening, and maybe you're interested in exploring this. And this will be a safe space for you to learn and maybe, step out of your comfort zone a little bit. And these are two wonderful goddesses who can help you with that. So
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we are. We're wonderful and awesome.
they truly are. They really, really
And
are.
humble, very humble.
I don't know about that.
So first, can one of you tell me what BDSM means? What does it stand for?
Yeah, so BDSM stands for a couple of different things, actually. Bondage, discipline, sadism, masochism. It can also be other things too, right, Chrissy?
Absolutely. Some people think the S is for submission. Everybody that is my slave thinks the S is for submission.
Well, of course they do. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but those are absolutely, how we characterize BDSM by all of those words. 100%.
So, I think that, as somebody who's more of like a sub, I guess, if you really got down to the crux of it, Faith is subby. I like to be told what to do, and I'm really good at doing those things. But if there was anything that I was mostly interested in, would be the bondage side of that. Seriously, I think that's so hot. Rhiannon, can you tell me what your favorite types of bondage are and some different things that you can do, like you could do with a sub like me, or that a dom could do with a sub, like, if you went into subspace?
Yeah, absolutely. So bondage in general just means being restrained. It's very open-ended, honestly.
Right.
It could be so many different things. Now, for me, some of my favorite types of bondage are rope bondage. I'm very into rope because a rope, generally, there's different types of rope, but I like the natural fibers, and the impressions it leaves in the skin when somebody's tied up are just so beautiful to look at. And after they've been tied up, you can always press on those indentations or lick them and give them a reminder of the scene. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's hot. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So like you said, the natural fibers, doesn't that prick the skin kind of?
It really doesn't. It depends on the type of rope. There are lots of different kinds. When I do bondage scenes with rope, I prefer to use jute, which is derived from hemp. So it is a little bit scratchy, but it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a softer material than anything nylon that you wouldn't want to use, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so interesting.
Yeah,
I'm very curious, super curious about this. So do you so Chrissy, do you have a favorite type of bondage play? I'm confident you don't get tied up. So
yeah, no, very few people are able to tie me up, but when they do, they would probably love to be with Rhea because they really do practice the art of shibari in an amazing way. But I prefer to use leather and straps.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I want to wake that area up before I really clamp people into them, whether it be on a table, on a bed, on a horse. I mean, all of those places are excellent places to restrain somebody. And I feel that with a leather wrap, it is a little bit more versatile for me if I have a sub or a slave that I need to maybe get into doggy mode. I've already got that leather restraint on his neck, and I can maybe undo some of those cuffs around the arms and get a little movement going, depending on how I want to play with them.
Yeah, oh God, that's hot. And leather is a fantastic material, whether it be quote unquote vegan leather or regular leather. It's got that kind of like sound to it.
Yes.
And that stuff can bring somebody into subspace, even if they don't want to be sometimes.
Just
even the
sound
smell
of the smell
sometimes.
Yes, I was going to say the smell of leather. I mean, even and if it's not in like a sexual kind of nature, the smell of leather turns me on like immediately.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good to know.
Just thinking about that motorcycle guy taking that, oh God, that leather jacket off. It is something. Yeah.
It definitely is. Yeah. So, okay. So that's really interesting. Wow. Okay. Like I'm all completely turned on and fascinated at this moment.
I mean, yeah.
Now I was going to say, so like something about that is always, that I've always wondered about is the sadism side of it. Sadomasochism side of it. So can you tell me, one of you, whichever one wants to go, can you tell me how that works and how that plays into, like, I guess as a dom and then as a sub? So how does that part of it work?
Well, Chrissy, do you want to take it or do you want me to?
Well, I think we both have very different styles, for sure.
So I want to know both.
Okay. Well, I mean, as far as the sadism goes, I mean, yes, I am absolutely a sadist. I want to see those teeth clenching when I have my nails in your ball sack. It is a fucking turn on for me. And I want you to see how much I like it while I'm twisting that sack. A sadistic thing is true. I derive a lot of pleasure from inflicting pain on people, but this is pain that they want, pain that turns them on. So I think it goes both ways when you're giving and receiving that kind of pain. It's exciting and it's a turn on because that's just the way our bodies work.
I agree. And for me, I'm a sadomasochist, which means I'm a sadist, but I like to receive anything that I inflict also.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I'm a switch. Yeah. So I do very much love to be dominant, but I can be submissive as well.
Yeah, and I'm a light switch. I mean, you have to be the right kind of person to dominate me.
That makes sense. Yeah. Knowing you.
Yeah. You get it.
Sense.
Yeah.
And with the sadism and masochism part of it, like I am definitely a sadist as well, because I get off so hard on making my submissives be in pain. And so, of course it's wanted, it's consensual, right? But I'm a big person that uses striking implements. So I love to do scenes with paddles, with floggers and that sort of thing. I also am very big on touch in general. So using my nails is very, very fun. And I like to receive it too. I actually recently did a scene with a play partner where they tied me up, flogged me, and then used an anal hook, and it was fabulous.
They used a what now?
An anal hook.
Explain what an anal hook is.
Okay, so it is a hook that actually can tie to rope. It doesn't have to, but it gets inserted into your ass, and they can tug on it and make you make all kinds of fun noises.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yes. It's intense. It's intense, but it's a lot of fun. It's a different kind of sensation.
Yes. And of course, all consensual and safe. And it was amazingly fun.
That
Mm-mm.
sounds, wow, that sounds incredibly intense. Like all of the scenarios that you just talked about sound incredibly intense. So I guess, so let me ask you this. So I think that I fall more into like the brat kind of category. Is
Mhm.
that part of this lifestyle as well?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I'm much more bratty and I want to get my way and I will manipulate you and blackmail you and those kind of things. So is that
Mhm.
all part, is that all kind of fall under this umbrella
It
of BDSM?
does.
It
It
does.
definitely
Okay.
does. Yes.
Psychological domination is every much as important as physical domination.
Sometimes more
Absolutely.
so.
Absolutely.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe I know a little more than I thought I did.
You absolutely do. Mhm.
So how would you take all of these things, the bondage and the discipline and um, the sadomasochism and all of that, how would you take that and turn that into a phone sex call? Um, Chrissy, let's start with you and you tell me exactly like how that works. How would like a safe word work? How would
Mhm.
that work throughout if if you're taking your client down this road on a
Mhm.
call? How would that work for you?
Well, I mean, the first thing I would do is just talk to my client, find out exactly what they're looking for. If they're looking for some sort of a physical domination where I get to be my sadistic self and he gets to be, or she gets to be their masochist self, excuse me, um, then I want to know exactly what they're looking for so I can ask the questions about what kind of expectations they're having. Um, I want to set certain guidelines. I want to know if they have things next to them. Do you have a brick? Do you have a wooden spoon? Do you have a leather switch? What kind of things do you have that you're interested in playing with? And then from there, I can start setting the scenario for getting things to work and kind of, for lack of a better term, experimenting with pleasure points to see what's working and what isn't. I mean, it is a process.
I
Right,
agree.
because especially if it's like a brand, I would think that if it's like a brand, especially a brand new client, that
Mm-hmm.
you would almost have to work all of these things out before the fun could actually even start,
Absolutely.
so that you both
Mhm.
know what is too much and what, and
Mm,
just because it doesn't work one time doesn't mean that the next time you won't get it
exactly.
right, right? So like practice makes perfect.
That's what it's all about. That's why it's so much fun.
Exactly.
What about you? What about you, Ree? Like how would you go about setting that up? But since you're a switch, I know that Chrissy's like a soft switch. So since you're a switch, how would that go if you had a client who wanted you to be the sub? Let's go that route. How would what would the setup of that consist of?
So if I have a client that wants me to be their submissive, it's super fun, by the way. I generally let them lead
Okay.
because generally when you have a client that is more dominant, they want to tell you what you're going to be doing. And I love
Mhm.
it. I have a client that loves to tell me exactly how to use a toy on myself. And I'll be using it and getting really close to orgasm. And then he'll say, now stop.
Mm, mm,
Oh, that's
Oh,
mm.
oh, it is so mean, but
that's
it's
mean.
wonderful. It's
Yes.
wonderfully
Now
mean.
it really gets you excited.
Yeah,
Exactly, because
mean
when
in a
I
good
do
way.
come, yeah, because when I
Yes.
do come, it's going to be amazing.
It's
And it's,
edging, really.
yeah, it
Yeah.
really is a form of edging. And I have another client who likes my implements. I have a lot of like striking implements. I have paddles,
Yes.
I have so many things. And for him, he likes me to go through them and use them on my ass or my thighs. And he'll tell me where to strike myself, how many times. It
Oh
is,
wow.
Yummy.
yeah. So I actually get to do
Yeah.
those things. It's so much fun.
It is
Wow,
fun to do those things to other people.
it's fun. It's fun to have them done to you. I know that you don't agree because you're much, much more of a soft switch than I am. But
Yes,
it's a lot of fun.
it
And
is fun.
I especially like on a phone call. Now I tend to be with some folks very in control, very dominant, but when I'm a submissive, I just let all of that go. And my client tells me how to behave, what they want, and I get to turn into this person, this little either kitten or puppy or whatever they want me to be. And it is so fun.
Hmm.
Well, and then there's so many different, I guess there's so many different sides of that, because there's all the different, so there's the BDSM, and then like I asked earlier about being a brat, does that fall under that umbrella? But then there's all of the other types, so like financial domination,
Right,
blackmail,
right.
humiliation, all of those different things. Don't those fall
Hmm.
under that as well?
They sure as hell
Absolutely.
do. Yes.
Hmm. I
And
love humiliating little bitches. That's one of
right.
my favorite things to do. It's a release, not only for me as the dom, but also as the client. It's a release.
Right.
That's
Well, so
really the
I
ultimate.
totally get that.
Mhm.
I get that as a sub, because um I need in the bedroom area, I need someone to take over so I don't have to make a decision. I don't want to
Right.
I don't want to make a decision. All I want to do is say yes, and if there's any, and someone to control that entire situation. So I absolutely fall in that category,
Hmm.
unless I am financially draining someone. And then
Right.
you hear my whole personality change.
And it's so interesting how, depending on the partner you have or client, whatever the case may be, how you can change it up. Like,
Exactly.
because I'm not always submissive. Sometimes I can be incredibly dominant, especially on financial domination calls or even on a degradation call. I have a client who is my puppy.
Hmm.
Really?
And yes, he
Yeah.
is a fantastic little bitch. I love him.
That's amazing. That
Yeah.
is that is amazing. So would you ladies say that these are kind of like your favorite kind of calls, or would that, or do you, um, is it like the things that you're best at, or that you're the most comfortable doing, or is it, or do you like kind of everything?
Yeah, I would say for me it's definitely all of the above. I love to dominate. I'm a natural at discipline. Cage training is one of the things that I do with a lot of my clients. So that kind of worship, humiliation, femdom kind of thing is it's all under the same umbrella of what I enjoy and what I think I do very well.
And I would say it's the same for me, honestly.
Mm.
I love getting a client on the floor and having them clean my boots, whether I've been
Mhm.
outside or walking through something rather unpleasant. I'm
Mhm.
gonna make them do it. Get on their fucking knees, clean my boots, and tell me how much you fucking love it.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow, y'all are so hot. I'm just sitting here like, wow, oh my God.
Mhm.
Y'all are delicious. So, if you do any type of like research, in like the BDSM community, and on like, I know I'm on like the kink talk of TikTok kind of side, they always talk about aftercare being this really
Yes.
big thing. Do
Yes.
you ladies find that aftercare is still important even on the phone?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
My
yes,
God.
yes.
Yeah, it might be even more important than the call. You're getting your feedback so that you understand your client's needs better. I mean, it's you're keeping communication open. It's just such an important thing to do, especially on the BDSM calls.
Absolutely. Like, I have some submissives that what will do a call, and then I need them to follow up with me via email immediately afterwards to tell me how they're doing, and I'll check in with
Mhm.
them over the next couple of days to see, where they are psychologically, because there is this thing called sub drop that
Mhm.
happens fairly often with people. They get this high while they're in subspace and are very excited in the moment, and then after a few hours, they start to feel kind of espresso.
Depressed. Yeah.
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 Is it because it's over? Is it because of like the adrenaline kind of dies down? Like what causes
Yeah.
that? Do you know?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the drop in adrenaline. Absolutely. 100%. It's those nerves aren't firing anymore. That serotonin isn't shooting fireballs.
I see. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So how would you go about aftercare for how would you go about that? Or is it just client to client or what each person needs? Is that something that you discuss before the call?
Usually it's something we discuss before the call or via email. I like to really set up things with BDSM clients via email ahead of time, just so I can make sure that I'm hitting everything they need and deserve. That's something that's really
Absolutely.
important.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the call. The follow-up happens, whether it's, following through on homework, like Rhea said, or, checking on vitals even. If
Right.
you've got somebody who might have bruised himself during playtime, you want to make sure that they're okay, 10 hours, 24 hours later. Following through and being a responsible dom is very important. That's all part of the aftercare.
Mhm.
Excellent. So this is actually something, I know that a lot of phone sex is role play and fantasy, which is super fun. And that's amazing. And that's what most of it is. But this is something that can actually really occur. You can
Yes.
actually have them use implements, actually really do it. And in fact, you could probably even watch them on Skype. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say I probably watch about 75% of my phone sex clients on Skype when we're doing a call like that.
Is that to make sure that they're doing what they say?
Of course. Little assholes never pay attention.
I was
And
waiting on that.
and it's fun to see them actually follow through with what you're telling them to do. Like if I tell one of my subs, I want you to twist your fucking nipples, I want to see them twist their fucking nipples.
Yeah. I mean, we're enjoying the call just as much as they are. And it's not just that we want to see it. We want to know that they're also enjoying what we're telling them to do.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, this has been like super informative. And so I wanted to ask too, do you find that you get both like male and female clients for this?
Oh, yeah. And a lot of women call because their husbands want them to be more dominant and they just don't know where to go. And so a lot of women will call and ask for lessons on domination. And that's what we do. We give them step-by-step guidelines. Try this tonight. Try that tonight. Did you do this? Did you do that? Let's move it a step further because guys are expecting things. Some guys are expecting things from their wives and they have no idea where to start being dominant. It's just not in their DNA.
Wow.
They just don't know what to do. I have not had very many women call me in particular. That doesn't mean it can't happen. I've had men though ask, how do I dom my girlfriend? Can you tell me? And I'm like, oh hell yes. Let's do it.
Nice. So it's also like teaching and education as well. I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing. So I will kind of finish it up or wrap it up with this kind of question. Chrissy, what is your favorite type of BDSM call? What is your very favorite thing to do with your client?
One of my besides the, extreme orgasm control, which is really so much fun. Yeah.
That is that like edging. Where you edge them? That's what I was going to say. Is that like an edging?
Yeah. I mean, just hearing that squeak when you tell them to stop, it makes my little heart swoon. But I think that for me, my best calls are the self-flagellation calls, the cage training calls, and even some of the bondage calls where I get to make sure that they've got their cuffs on and we're playing the game. We're playing out the fantasy. Definitely when people call me prepared, I'm a lot happier.
Right, for sure. For sure. You don't want them to be like, I want you to do this and this, and you say, okay, so what tools do you have? And they have nothing.
Right. That's a
No fun.
fuck off, call me when you're ready kind of thing. I mean, you know.
It's true.
I'm here as a dom, and you will treat me as such. I am the goddess that is going to make your life so good, but you have to follow the rules, and that's the bottom line.
And
Do as I say.
Yep, and that is absolutely fair. That is fair. What about you, Rhi? What is your favorite type of BDSM call?
So I actually have two.
Okay.
One as being a dominant and one as being a submissive.
Ah.
So for being a dominant, I really love puppy play and kitty play and being entirely in control of what my sub is doing. I'm going to tell them, get on the fucking floor, get a bowl, start lapping at that water. I want to hear it splash in your face. I want to hear you bark. Oh, I love puppy play, as you can tell.
We noticed that. Wow.
And then when I'm doing submissive calls, like when I am the S side of the slash, as we say, I really love DDLG.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And super fun to get in that headspace of being a little and having a great time. It can be so much fun.
Agreed. Agreed. And see, that's something else. I didn't even think about that falling under the BDSM umbrella, but it does.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's so many things. There's so many little like nooks and crannies of this to explore.
Yes.
And that's the great thing about doing it through phone sex, is because you're completely safe.
Right.
You're in a safe space. And so I think that is the most important part of this.
Agreed. Yeah.
This is so awesome. I learned so many things.
Yeah, and there's more to find out about it. I mean, we're just really scratching the surface.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, we are very much.
I absolutely think
so deep
that we need to do this again.
Sure.
I really do. I think we need to do this again, and we just kind of touch base, and then maybe we talk about specific things. Maybe actually clients can be like, hey, I want information on this, and we have a podcast and discuss it. And
absolutely.
I would love that, doing a temple talk.
Yeah, doing a temple talk and doing that with this, because this is just scratching the surface, and you ladies are both so knowledgeable about this, and I think you bring a lot to the table and a lot to our clients and to the other goddesses as well.
Well, thanks. I love having goddesses on my table. We do have a lot of goddesses that are dominant too, and they all have their own style. So yeah.
Yep. And they all, specialize in different things. And so
exactly.
There's a lot out there, but I'll be on your table anytime you want, Chrissy.
Same.
Thank you. Let me go clean it up.
I'll clean it for you.
I've got someone to do that.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Well, this was amazing, and I would really like to do this again and explore some different avenues and areas of the BDSM and kink community. And I really hope that our clients participate and give us ideas of things that they want to hear about.
That would be great.
It would.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. And I know I am not Mia. She does such a beautiful job, but I'm really excited that I was able to sit down and visit with you.
Yes, thank you so much. It was a great fun.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for listening to another episode of Guided by a Goddess.
Thanks, guys. Be good.
Bye.
Bye.